Coach, just what's your thoughts on the game? How disappointed are you? That sort of stuff.
Well, disappointed because I thought you were at the game. We were set up perfect going in the third. I thought we really played well in the last 10 minutes of the second. We'd used all our people. We were fresh. I thought we looked like we were the fresher team, and we were in the driver's seat. And 4-on-4 there, we actually won the draw, and then it ended up them winning the 50-50. Gets out to the point and finds a way through. I don't know. I haven't seen the replay, so I don't know if it was tipped or not tipped. It ended up in the net. And, we're still in a good spot there. I thought, the next one hurt us, and we didn't respond. It was like devastation instead of just keep playing and executing in the third period.
To what do you attribute the sort of inability to clear your zone cleanly, not often enough to keep them off your backs? Is that a product of nerves or inexperience?
No, I don't know when you're talking about at the end there. We had a stretch in the second period where we iced the puck a little bit, and as the line was caught on 3 times. If you're me looking at the game, you're going on the third on the road, you're set up pretty good. You're pretty happy with what's happened. Then in the third period, obviously, once they scored, they came at us. We didn't execute at that point.
What's your message to your players after a game like that, and maybe even to the fans after that?
Well, no message today at all. They don't want to hear me talk, you can just imagine. And, no message to the fans either. We'll have a gathering day here, not tomorrow, but probably the next day. And at that time, we'll do all our talking.
Mike, I know you touched on this a little bit, but you've stressed that tonight was the moment. At some point when the moment comes, all the coaching that you do, you get to the third period. Is that the time where it's up to the players then?
Well, I think you're all part of it when it goes good, and you're all part of it when it doesn't go good. The bottom line is, to me, you own it all as the head coach. You own it all as the players. And so that's just the way the game is. And the best way to fix things is take total responsibility yourself. So any way you look at it, we came in the third period in a great spot. If you go through the last 10 minutes of the second, we played really well. We controlled it. We were in good spots. So there was no reason for us not to continue through the third. In the end, though, they pushed and they shot the puck. It went in the net. And you have to give them credit for that. Here you are, for them and us, it's all right there. There's one period to go. I don't think anybody in Toronto or anybody on our team would have complained about me telling you that we're right here. And even when we got down 1 in the third, I don't know how many minutes were left, but lots of minutes. We're still in a great situation. Once they got the next one, we weren't. Mentally, we weren't at all.
Mike, do you think, and it's going to happen, but the players will eventually be able to look back on this and see the growth that was made, not only through the season, but I would imagine through the 7-game series as well?
Yeah, I guess this is what I would say to you is they might be able to look back in a couple of days. Right now, and I'm cognizant of this when I'm talking to you now. Right now, you can't say anything. You're emotional. So keep your mouth shut for a day or two, and then look at the whole picture and be able to comment on that versus, at the start of the series, if you'd have told me we're playing Boston and it'd be like this and we'd be right here going in the third period, I would have taken that all day long.
On the 5-4 goal, does Jake make the right play there, or did you just need a save in that spot?
Yeah, I don't know. I already kind of answered your questions there. I'm not really commenting on anything. I didn't go in like I normally do and go through all the replays or that. We're done. So we'll have lots of time to look at those goals and get that figured out. The bottom line is we went out for the third period, and they scored and we didn't. And once they scored, they tilted the rink. And, we didn't. I don't even know how many looks we had, if we had any.
Last question.
Coach, and sorry if you were asked this, but Austin ends up with 2 points. There's so much pressure on the shoulders of this kid who's still 20. What do you think he takes from this?
Well, I think that's a good question for him in a couple of days. The bottom line, the league's a real good league. And when you're a real good player, you play against the best players who check you the hardest. They got the scouting report on you. They work hard. I mean, that's just the way it is. And so part of your growth process is learning to fight through that. If I'm not mistaken, I think and Pavel was one of the best players I've ever coached, two-way guy. I think he went 4 years without scoring a playoff goal. I could be wrong, but it's hard. It's real. These other teams are competing, and they want to win too. And I don't think Bergeron and Marchand and Chara and these guys, they're dialed in to play against you. And so you got to find a way to get to the next level. And I think some of these hard knocks are a growth opportunity for you in life, because you got to embrace it. You got to dig in, and then you got to grow your craft in the off season.